Howdy folks, Creepy Kentuckian back with you again from DEADPIT.com. This go around we are taking a look at another long lost 80s slasher movie. This is Hell High from 1989. Now when I say lost, this one was on DVD before. I had it on DVD. I think Media Blasters released it years and years ago. But this is one that nobody ever really talks about. And we're going to talk about it today because Arrow just brought this out on Blu-ray disc, baby, in a deluxe edition here. The movie Hell High is directed by Douglas Grossman, and it was filmed a couple of years before it was actually released. This one kind of coming towards the end of the slasher boom in the 80s. And I think it's one of the many that kind of just got lost in the shuffle. There's not a whole lot that can be said other than that. The movie was filmed in 86. One of the main stars of the movie, Christopher Stryker, had passed away of AIDS a year or two before this movie was actually even released. So that's another strange aspect to this one. So the plot of this one is there is an opening scene where a little girl accidentally kills a couple of teenagers. And then we move to present day, and we find out that the little girl grew up to be a teacher that's got some mental issues. She's still thinking about the teens' deaths all these years later, and the kids in the school are not big fans of hers. I think they're kind of like in the middle of nowhere, this town. And the teens decide, tonight, it's Friday night, we're going to mess with her a little bit. And they take things just a little bit too far. She goes nuts, and chaos ensues from there. I'll just say that. This one's kind of cool, guys. Very, very low budget, this one. It does have the high school vibe early on quite a bit, and I think they do that well, especially the 1980s high schools. Maureen Mooney, who's the lead in it, you can see her picture up there. I think she does a great job in this, but I think the big issue, and it would have worked a lot better, had they found a cast in this movie that looked more of the part. Most of these kids that were in the movie, the high schoolers, were 25, 30 years old. If they could have found some cast members that were more closer to the high school age, I think this would have worked better. Hell High just recently came out from Arrow Video on Blu-ray disc. This is the very first time this movie has ever been released on Blu-ray, and they remastered it. You got the slipcover here. It's a limited edition, and you got the same artwork there. Tons of special features. You have a reversible artwork, which I'm not a fan of that, so I probably won't. I think that's the original poster art there. This thing is loaded up with features, as is a lot of Arrow's releases. You got a brand new 2K restoration from the original negatives, audio commentary with the director Douglas Grossman, introduction and audio commentary with film critic Joe Bob Briggs, newly filmed interviews with Douglas Grossman, Christopher Cousins, and Maureen Mooney, composer interviews. You've got locations of lots of features for a movie like Hell High. And this one was a lot of fun, guys. I think with a couple of tweaks, this one, due to the timing of the release and everything, not a lot of people had seen it. But had it been released a couple of years earlier, if they had a different sort of studio behind it, it could have possibly been a classic. I think that the whole concept of this movie was actually really good. It was just kind of the execution of it, if you will, and the timing is a lot to do with it. But if you're a fan of 80s slasher movies, Hell High is going to be one that you'll want to check out. Check it out. Check us out over at DEADPIT.com. Give us the thumbs up.
Up your butt.
Like, subscribe. And if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that Dead Pit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a if you do or
I
not.
want you to. I want you to.
I don't care.
Let's keep our community growing here on
No,
YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to do nothing.
Listen, they need to do that, pal.
No, don't you
Yeah.
dare touch it.
Thumbs up, subscribe, and click that bell.
For this video officially ends, Oh Curly Jaws has a message for you. Go on over to shop.deadpit.com and go look at their Teen Public store right now. You've got some new shirts like the Oh Curly Jaws official t-shirt, which is brutal and badass. You got the Yummy Gummy shirt with the captain himself on the shirt. You got Uncle Bill's face on a fucking shirt. You got the Final Girl shirt. You got all these shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Get them before they're all out, especially the new one, Bedtime's in39. It doesn't get better than that, so go on out. Check out these shirts at shop.deadpit.com. Go look at their Teen Public store. You're going to have a good old time. Get them all!
Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. Deadpit on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Deadpit radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows and fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Deadpit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.